Hi, I'm Chris with Visual Sorcery, and in this tutorial I'm going to talk to you about effects. So in Lightforge, effects are set up through two panels. The first one is the effect panel, which is this top panel here, and the second one is the effect settings panel. So if I want to apply an effect to a group, all I have to do is select the group I want to apply it to, and then click on the effect. So we're going to turn on an intensity fade effect. And you see when I select it initially, it's highlighted in red. And that means it's disabled currently. So that allows me to set up what I want it to do before making it go live. So now that I have my settings all there, I'll right click on this and the effect is now live. So I can stack multiple effects, I can add effects on multiple groups, so I'm going to go ahead and add in a circle effect on this group right here. And you'll see now it's starting to spin in a circle. The intensity fade effect is still going, and both of them are working great. So let's go ahead and add in one more effect here. I'm going to add in we'll just go with a rainbow effect. And there we go. And you see that the colors are now shifting on this group. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on so we can see it a little bit better. Great. Okay, so now say that we have all these effects in there, and we want to add these to a queue. All we have to do is hit add queue, and I'm just going to name this effects, and there we go. So one of the things that you'll notice now that we did this is that we have these little lines underneath the queue, and what those are doing is they're signifying that there is an effect tracking. You get one of these for each effect that you have running currently. And I will go ahead and create another queue. We'll just have it be empty. And you see as soon as I added that in, those tracking lines extended underneath this because the effects are still running in this current queue. So let's go ahead and remove a couple of these effects. We'll go ahead and remove the rainbow effect, and I'm just going to update this. And you'll see the rainbow effect has stopped running, and it is like the tracking line stops right there, saying that effect is not tracking into this queue. So there we go. And as I go into this queue, the rainbow effect turns on, and then it turns off. So if I want to add an additional effect to this queue, all I have to do is create the effect, turn it on, and then we'll go ahead and update this queue, just to add to selected queue, and it added in an additional effect there. There we go. Alright, so the effects that we set up here can also be keyframed. So let me go ahead and delete all of these effects. And if I want to remove all of the effects in my show, I can just select the parent group here, and that'll give me all of the effects inside that. Okay, so let's go ahead and do an intensity fall off effect. I'm just going to turn this on, and then I'm going to turn this group on and turn its influence and scale up. Okay, so what this effect allows you to do is define a center position and have the intensities for all of the other lights around it fall off. You know what, it's hard to see on this group. Let me do it on this group here, where it'll make more sense. Okay, so as I adjust the center point, the lights around it fall off to either direction. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you is how to keyframe an effect. So let's go ahead and add this into a queue. And then I'm just going to extend this queue out a little bit. And then we're going to keyframe this over time so that the center position changes. So we get a little mini timeline in the effects panel here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this to the time that I want the change to happen at. And then I'm going to change this. And now as I move between these two keyframes, the values are going to fade between each other. So let's go ahead and put this over here. So now as I play this cue, you'll see that my center point is changing on this throughout time. So that's really all there is to keyframing. The next thing I'm going to show you is the effects menu here. So the effects that you see here are not all of the effects that are available. So if you click on the effects menu, you can access all of the effects that are available, and you can create your own effects and apply them directly from here by selecting an effect that you'd like to apply and hit OK. Or you can go to the effects menu, and if you find an effect that you want to have access to on here, you can right click it and hit pin effect, and that will pin it right there. So if I want to unpin an effect from here, I can right click on it and hit unpin, and that's all there is to that. And I will in a later tutorial show you how to create your own effects, and we'll go into the node system to do that. But I think that that's all for this tutorial, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment or send me an email. Thanks.